Yo, what's up guys? So I'm back with another video, and today we're working the Miata. My friend Evo still, his block's still in the shop, so there's not an update on the Evo build yet. So tomorrow, hopefully he gets it tomorrow, and after work I can go to the shop and help him put him in. But today, we're working the Miata, and so I put the new radiator in that I did an unboxing. If you guys see my channel. Now that I'm not looking at this, there's some coolant right there. So I had my girlfriend, put my thermostat in. I don't know what she did wrong. But I'm gonna have to remove it and close it again. But before I do that, I'm gonna check the rear temperature switch. I want to see if it's reading correctly because I got this Pro Sport gauge. So I have the gauge, I already installed it. And my gauge is not rating the same as my Mega Square is rating, or my ECU. So, I have my Mega Square, it's reading at 193 roughly. When I'm still the 190, 189. And then my Mega Square, my Pro Sport is rating at 160, 150s. And then I'm like, this is a way bigger radiator, it's aluminum. The car should run way cooler. And I have one concern that my water pump, it's quicking and probably bad. That's why, well, let me get to the topic first. I want a topic. Anyways, so I tested today. I came from school and I tested the Pro Sport gauge. I got a boiling hot water, put in a cup. It was like around 180 degrees, and since I already had cooled off a little bit, it was 180. I was keeping an eye on it, keeping the temperature, reading on the cup. And then I'll go to my car. I put the sensor inside the cup. See the reading. So and then go inside the car to see the reading, and it was 100 and what was it? Oh yeah, it was only like 5 degrees off. It was 180 here. It was 175 or 74 roughly. So 100 like 5 to 6 degrees off. So I'm here thinking the gauge is not bad. Gauge is working fine, so that has something to do with my car, or my sensor went bad and it's reading wrong this whole time, or their thermostat is not opening probably. But I changed the thermostat in September, and I went and changed it again a couple of days ago, and it's still reading the same temperature. So I really don't know, what's going on. So I'm gonna do is take the thermostat out. First, I'm gonna check how I'm gonna do the same thing with the stock ECU plug. With the coolant temperature switch, do the same thing and see how much it's rating. I'm gonna put in a boiling hot, cup of water, and then I'm gonna check connect my computer and check on the computer, what's the temperature is giving me, and if that's correct. Probably the sensor, hopefully, I'm hoping that it's off. I'm hoping that the sensor is right, the Pro Sport sensor is right, because my car runs way cooler with this sensor, which 160 it should be, in my opinion, it should run that temperature. Since it's cold outside, I have a bigger radiator and I have both fans going. So my car should run like around 160s. In summer, it should run like around 180, more warm. But once my thermostat opens at 180, so I don't know what's going on. And my water pump is making noises, and my lower radiator hose is actually like ice cold. So I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. In my opinion, it's a good thing, but that's the water that flows through the engine. It should be cold because the radiator is cooling it. So and the top one gets a little bit warm, not that warm. But so I'm here, having trying to figure out what's going on. So right now I'm taking out the coil pack, and it's a pain in the ass. I busted my finger. I don't know if you can see that, or the flash on, but I broke my nail in half, like split in half, and it fucking hurt. This I don't know if you see that right there. Right there is my shadow. Putting it on my finger right here. It's a nut. It's all rusted out. I finally got it off. I got it loose, and it's like this long, so it's a pain in the ass to get it out. So I'm taking that off right now, so I can remove the coil pack, and hopefully I can be able to access the the temperature sensor from here. And there's two temperature sensors in this car. There's one for the speedometer, and I think it's located somewhere on this side. I'm pretty sure it's located. And the one on the ECU is the one in the back, and then the one up here is the one for the fence. So, and then another thing I'm thinking, because as the car is warm, my fans go on, and so that means that actually my car is getting over 180 degrees for them to kick on. So other things I'm trying to figure out. So hopefully it runs better, and I'm still gonna be doing the water pump, not now in summer, because my car only runs hot when I do a pull. I do a pull and my car goes up to 200 degrees, and then it goes right back down to 190 something. So I don't know. Yeah, but in summer when I'm in autocross, it's gonna be running hot, since I'm gonna be beating on it, trying to have fast time. So hopefully I'm gonna get this off, and not too much talking already, 6 minutes of talking. So let me get this off, and so you guys can, if you have Miata, do the same thing. All right, so literally after an hour of trying to get that bolt off, which was this bolt, how long it was, I literally had no space. Took me like an hour to fucking get it out. My hands hurt so much, they're all fucked up. And just for this little temp switch right here, or like little temperature, sensor, and it's really corroded. Even though if it reads the right temperature, I'm still gonna change it, because as you can see, it's really fucked up, and it's $20. I prefer to spend $20 than doing this all again, which is a pain in the ass to get in there. There's a hole right there for the switch, and it's in the worst place possible. Like, I mean, it doesn't look that bad only in the sensor itself. You saw like nasty and shit. If you guys can see it, probably not gonna see the flashlight. I mean, there's a flashlight on. But yeah, that sucks. So now I got that off. I'm gonna start boiling some water, and hopefully, get it up to like 180 degrees. Get my computer, turn on the car. Hopefully, it reads wrong. To be honest, like I'm hoping it reads wrong, so I can, have already fix this stuff, because it's already pissing me off. To be honest, so hopefully this is the problem. Let me start boiling some water. So I have it here. It's at around 170 degrees. Holding it in there. Computer says 170. It's fucking dead on. It's dead on. As you can see, my mega squirts over here. It's literally dead on. So it's not that. That's, as you can see right here. This is right. So it couldn't be that. So that means that there's not coolant going through here. So I don't know what else going to be. I don't know. All right, so what I'm gonna do next is just open the drain the coolant again for like the 20th time, and actually I'm gonna remove the lower radiator hose first. I know there's water going through it, but just to make sure, I'm gonna open it and see, or open it right here and see if any water drips out from the hose that goes from the lower to up there. And if it does, well, that means there's water going through. And after that, I'll be removing the thermostat and testing it, even though it's a brand new one, but you never know. I'll probably go with an OEM one next. And it's leaking too right here, as you can see. It's wet, so it's leaking a little bit. So I'm gonna clean that up, which I don't know if that's from, it used to be there when I spilled some, but I really loved it. It's a brand new one. So let's see what happens now, and hopefully I'll figure it out. Hopefully it's not the water pump yet. All right, so I drained all the coolant, and I made a mess like always. And I just removed the thermostat right now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna test it. But even though if he opens at 180 or whatever he opens at, I'm gonna run with no thermostat. I just want to see how the car runs. And yes, I'm gonna have to do all this process again to put the thermostat back in. But to be honest, I'll probably do it in summer when I do the water pump. So I'll run it with no thermostat for now. And if it runs cold, whatever, or if it runs hot. Well, hopefully it doesn't run hot. But I just want to make sure that there's enough water going through here to make the sensor actually read, because the sensor, even though the back one it's 100 is dead on to the mega squirt, this one's 30 degrees off that one. So that one's at 190, this one's 160. So I just don't know if there's not enough water going through it, or if there's air in the system, or if this is not opening. It's being shot, and then so I don't know what's going on. So that's why I'm gonna go out now, get some water, in the boiling hot water, and put it in a cup. See when it opens, because I'm already tired of this shit. I have enough of taking this out, put it back on. This is the third time I do it, and it's just it's I just want to be over with, and which cars you always have problems, but then it gives me another thing to do, the water pump, which I'm gonna do anyways. But I can go do water pump and move on. Hopefully it runs cooler too. So let me just warm some water up and see if he opens at 180. All right, so I just finished putting in the thermostat housing in. I did not put the thermostat in because I tested it and it was opening, like full opening at 200 degrees, which is way too much. By that time my car is already overheating. Basically, I mean, I don't like my car going over 200 like 5 degrees, and I prefer to put an OEM one. But for now, I just want to see if this sensor is working. So I literally just no thermostat. So it's gonna be always water always running on the system, and I already know that this radiator keeps the car super cold, because that radiator hose in the bottom is always freezing cold, and there's water going through it. I already checked it. So I just want to see that I just want the two gauges to match up. That's my goal, and hopefully stay under the 200s. So I just put some RTV on it with I already used the gasket, but I added some RTV because when my girlfriend did it, I told her to only put RTV on the bottom, and then the top one was leaking. So you guys can see around it was actually leaking. So now hopefully it doesn't leak, and all I have to do tomorrow is just add more coolant, go again and buy more coolant. I mean, I'm gonna reuse the one that I took off. I put it back in the container. It's really brand new, only like a day old, but I still have to buy a little bit more to bleed the system again. So I'm just gonna put this together tomorrow. Go and actually buy the bending ratchet, the one the rear bends, because there's no way I want to put this back here, be here another hour putting it on. I don't got the time. It's already 12 o'clock at night, and I don't want to do it. So that's it for tonight, and I'll be back tomorrow morning, and hopefully, or tomorrow after work probably, and hopefully I can bleed it. Alright guys, so I don't know how much you can see this, but I'm in the Miata. This is the temperature right now, 163. Then right here is 156. It's around roughly 10 degrees off. We went to 165. Here once it keeps going up a little bit, but it's roughly around 7 to 10 degrees off from the stock one. So that's better. Now I'm running no thermostat. It's running super cold since there's always water going through it. I mean, or like coolant. But that's what I wanted to know. I'll probably put an OEM thermostat in, which opens at 193, which is better than the 200. But if not, I'll just keep this here, then put cardboard on the front to prevent so much wind or the air going through it, so get a little bit warmer temperatures. But it's not leaking. It's running fine now. I'm trying to figure out why my car it has this problem with the fucking tune. So I'm trying to figure out here. So I have the computer, and I kind of figure out. So I'm asking questions around, and hopefully I get it figured out though. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. If you guys want to stay tuned, more of the channel, more of my friend's car, all of our cars, make sure to click that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And give it a like if you like it, and give it a dislike if you didn't, or tell me what I can improve. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.